It's been a while since we heard anything regarding Sony's still fairly new announced live-action TV shows, that being Silk Spider Society and as well the one focusing on Spider-Man Noir. With that, we do have some interesting updates regarding those projects. We are also going to be talking about more interesting Spider-Man 4 updates as well. As you probably already know, Jon Watts was the director of the first MCU Spider-Man trilogy. He was going to do, I believe, Fantastic Four if I'm not mistaken, but I think he left the project and went on to do some Star Wars related stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments on that. And for a while we have been wondering, will Jon Watts return to direct another MCU Spider-Man trilogy, or should we perhaps get a new fresh take on MCU Spider-Man with the college trilogy? Well, we got some rumors that the team behind Spider-Man 4 is in fact looking for a director, and they are currently eyeballing somebody in particular, so we're gonna go over all of the above in this video, so stay tuned to the end. First, let's go over Sony live action show stuff first. As far as Silk Spider Society, that show currently seems to be in limbo, sort of. Not for no reason though. If you don't know, Sony partnered with Amazon for the Silk Spider Society show and as well for the Spider-Man Noir show for whatever reason. I don't know why they wouldn't just partner with Marvel and Disney Plus, but I guess they want to make their own thing or something, even though so far hasn't been working well for their Sony Spider-Man universe. Anyhow, it's been reported since the strikes ended that Silk Spider Society, the project, is being hit with a lawsuit, which is crazy. And I guess it's because they haven't reopened the writing room for that project yet. And this is a violation of the September agreement that ended the strike, but it's weird because like the writers aren't getting paid because the show is in limbo. On the other hand, they can't get other work because they're contracted to be committed and readily available to write for Silk Spider Society. So yeah, there's that mess. I think this project could actually be good, but there's just a bunch of shit happening with it, sadly. Onto Spider-Man Noir. We haven't talked about this since I think it was first announced. Holy fuck, that was 9 months ago already. Damn. But okay, so Variety reported this week actually that basically they hired Steve Lightfoot, which is high-key a crazy last name. But anyway, he will be the co-showrunner for Spider-Man Noir, and if the name sounds any familiar, that is because he was the previous showrunner of the Punisher Netflix series with Jon Bernthal, which ran for 2 seasons. Now, I don't know about you guys, but personally me, I loved the Punisher show. I thought it was great. It was brutal. The story got dark at times. I feel that's kind of what Spider-Man Noir is, although I don't consume a lot of Spider-Man Noir media, but I do know that iteration of Spider-Man is more dark and gritty, so I think Lightfoot could do well with the series as long as the show has good writers. I don't see how this show could miss. I do actually wonder if this means that he will not be returning for the rumored Punisher show that is gonna be like rebooted or whatever into the MCU. So now let's talk Spider-Man 4 updates. We still don't have a release date or anything along those lines, and that is because they're still pretty much in pre-production. They're looking for currently a director for the film. Following rumors are not confirmed by Sony or Marvel or anyone involved with Spider-Man 4, so take the following with a grain of salt as usual. Reported via Daniel RPK, a search for a new director for Spider-Man 4 is currently happening. There still could be a chance of Jon Watts returning though. And the next one is Daniel RPK again has reported that Drew Goddard is one of Kevin Feige and Sony's choices to direct Spider-Man 4. So let's go over this, break it down, and I'll of course give my thoughts on this. I don't think Jon Watts should return. Do I think his Spider-Man films were bad? No. I think we just need a new fresh pair of eyes on the next trilogy, mainly because Peter has grown up to be 17, 18 by now. Well, he has to be 18 because he has an apartment, but yeah, there's that. He's going to college. He's going to be Spider-Maning. He's gonna have to have a job or whatever. He's gonna be going to school obviously or whatever. He's gonna have to balance all 3 of these things throughout these movies and shit like that, of course. And with that, I think there is so much character development that I feel is needed and can happen between No Way Home and Spider-Man's next appearance, which is probably going to be Spider-Man 4, if not maybe a cameo beforehand. I would just much rather prefer somebody else for this next trilogy. And like, I don't know, like it might kind of be a little weird because like obviously like it's the same character, same universe. It's just like the writing's going to be a little different, the direction is going to be a little different. But then again, we're going into like a whole new chapter of this Spider-Man or whatever, you know what I mean? Peter just lost Aunt May, he lost MJ, he lost Ned, he lost Happy, he lost fucking Tony, even though that was like before No Way Home. He lost all of his ties with the Avengers, well, assuming at least. We don't know yet, but there's so many different cool, interesting angles and directions they could go for with Tom's Spider-Man in the MCU, especially like after No Way Home. And of course, you know, most fans and most people are, you know, wanting the next Spider-Man film to be more grounded, more like the story to be more central on Spider-Man and Peter Parker and not so much on the MCU. It's fine if like they have like a post-credit scene or like something at the very end to set up anything the MCU needs set up or whatever, but we don't really want that in like the middle of the film or whatever, you know what I mean? But now, as far as the rumor of Drew Goddard being the potential choice to be the director for Spider-Man 4, I don't think I would mind this, because if you did not know or don't remember, in 2013 Marvel officially announced Goddard would be the executive producer and showrunner of the Netflix series Daredevil. Yes, that's right. He worked on Daredevil, the Netflix series. He worked on the Daredevil Netflix series for, I believe, the first season. Not sure if he stayed past the first season, but yeah, he was also a part of the Defenders show. I don't really remember watching it that much, but you know, he was a part of that too. But a lot of people like his older projects, or a couple new ones I think too, like Cloverfield, Cabin in the Woods, Bad Times, the El Royale, I think it was, which I personally have never seen any of like the projects I just listed, but a lot of people say they are good projects of his. Honestly, I'm sold off the fact that he was a part of Daredevil season 1. I thought overall Daredevil was a great show, especially season 1. There could have been, I feel, a little bit better balance of Daredevil versus Murdoch, or Matt Murdock, I think, but I haven't watched the show in a while, so I feel like my word doesn't hold as much weight or whatever than if I were to like watch the show more recently. I probably should, but I did love the series overall, so I think he wouldn't be a bad pick for Spider-Man 4. But yeah, what do you think? Do you hope Silk Spider Society ends up happening? What are your thoughts on the Spider-Man Noir project being run by the previous Punisher showrunner, and as well as Spider-Man 4 being potentially directed by Drew Goddard, who worked on Daredevil Netflix season 1? Or do you want John Watts to return? With that being said, I want to hear your opinion, so make sure to comment down below so I can interact with you in the comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you're new to the channel, I try my best to cover Spider-Man scoops, rumors, leaks regarding Spider-Man media, and whatever else I'm interested in. So if that's what you're into, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 5K. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Hope you ever had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.